Greetings everyone, and Grade here with another ConManteuffet 2 replay. Spawn on the top left side as the red OKW player, or The101stAirBorne as the OKW player. Did I say that? And his ally as the Wehrmacht player, we have Heartless Jager. Spawn on the bottom right side as the US player, we have SmallNhii, and as his ally as the Soviet player, we have the 101stAirBorne, who's not playing USF. Shame. We got just one doctrinal lock-in, breakthrough doctrine. So we may see some Jager tigers. Load of points being captured up, guys. Throw out some wire there, very nice. Some more wire here as well. Sandbags over here. And we've got some tank traps over here. So sides of laying down some field fortifications. Very, very nice. Do got some Stone Pioneers making their way forward. Does manage to get behind the semi cover. I think he was trying to play out some wire there, but was interrupted. VP not being currently captured up. Pioneers can go capture the VP. Allow the Stone Pioneers to fight. Actually, regular Pioneers going to lay down some sandbags. Does force the conscripts push on forward as well. Riflemen starting to engage, but it's only one rifle from that window from that side. Stone Pioneers laying down more and more wire. Very, very nice. More and more wire going down by both players. Very, very nice. I like seeing all the terraformation. Though the Kuhn says hi.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
Over here we do have the MG42 set on up, but getting flanked by a combat engineer. Looks like no grenadiers. Let's just keep doing a tier 1 skip. He should be getting Battle Phase 2 as soon as possible. Yes, Battle Phase 1, I should say, is being researched. Technically, in the game files, it's technically called Battle Phase 2, and 2 is for 3, or 3 is for 2, and 4 is for 3. But you got the conscripts hoorahing forward, getting some great damage there. Not on the retreat. Best retreat it back now. Does get some good suppression there, and needs a full retreat now. Could still potentially get wiped depending on the next volley of rifles, but no, the next volley of rifles did not come forward. Pioneers still getting some damage in. They're pathetic damage in. And conscripts are making the way forward. Do have some telemines now deployed out here. Very forward telemines. I wonder if they got spotted. If not, that could be very deadly to an unsuspecting light vehicle. Nobody will expect a telemine there of all regions. Second Sturm Pioneer happened deployed out, so we got 2 Panzer Fusiliers, 2 Sturm Pioneers. And we'll be able to get overrun this Rifleman squad, no problem. But the Sturm Pioneers did sustain a lot of damage. He needs a battle group HQ or has a teammate deploy out a med bunker. Ooh, these guys need to fall back. They're saying too much fire right there. Preserve the manpower when you can. Sturm Pioneer play can result in you a lot of lost manpower. And Sturm Pioneers, yeah. Panzer Fusiliers can stick to this light cover here. Can go across the road. And we've got these M42s pushing their way forward. We've got a mechanized HQ. Hopefully the Wehrmacht player does apply a bunker for his teammate. These shoe mines have been swept, didn't get cleared. Telemines are still there. And we've got these Panzer Fusiliers getting some great damage in, though his opponents are behind heavy cover. It looks like, nope, no rifles down south. I thought I saw some rifles coming down from that direction. More conscripts pushing way forward. Decide to fall back there. Pretty early, but it's probably a good idea since he was going to get outnumbered. Panzer have been, not Panzer, Panzer Grenadiers have been pulling out, capturing up that VP. And a Molotov has been thrown. Does pull out some tank traps there. It's very nice. The true mines still have not been swept, but once it gets done, they'll automatically sweep it, assuming they haven't been queued away. I wonder if you realize they're actually there. Multiple points being captured on up by the Southern forces. Guvong's making some advance, and Tutu's making soft withdrawal. Does sweep that landmine right there. Was this one ever swept? That was right there? Yes, it was. On the right side, we do have these conscripts getting suppressed. There is not a way across that bridge. The map does not go far enough north for that. So you cannot flank the MG42. These conscripts do get a nice flanking opportunity, but they did have a bit of a backdrop there with that heavy cover. He's going through a Molotov grenade, Molotov to force back the MG42. Down south, we've got these forces pushing the way forward as well. Getting some good hits there on those Sturm Pioneers. Panzer are falling on back. And we do have some mortar hits now running on in. Panzer here are being upgraded with the G43 as well. And those Sturm Pioneers getting ripped apart. He panic retreat both squads, not just the low health squad, and he still lose that squad entirely. If he was actually only retreated back one of those guys, he could actually got more damage on the squad, preventing him from actually going down. Panzer Grenadiers pushing the way forward, forcing back the conscripts. 2-2 still roaming around. Panzer starting to engage, getting some good damage there onto the rear echelon. Tank trap was fully built. Conscripts are now falling on back. And looks like the landmine there may have been canceled. There's a dead combat engineer, so that may have been a Soviet landmine. Wasn't really quick enough to see whose landmine that was. Riflemen are a little bit bunched up, so the autocannon should do some great work against that rifleman. Does throw out some wire there, very nice.
Anti-tank gun, ready for action.
Do you have an anti-tank gun? Very nice.
We're losing a capture point.
And we got this standard strategic point now being decaptured.
Ready to move.
Panzer II starting to make its way forward, roaming around.
Pioneers reporting for duty.
He has rebuilt his Sturm Pioneer. It's a bit questionable at this point. Perhaps could have saved up for a Overslots in this point in time. Panzer Grenadiers are behind the heavy cover there, getting some good damage in.
Pack gun is ready for orders.
And we got another fresh pack 40. T-70 has been point on now, getting some good damage there on those retreating Panzer Grenadiers. Up north, we do have the MG set up behind heavy cover as well.
The enemy is taking our territory.
Conscripts do get suppressed there by the MG42, and I heard a landmine detonation there. I'm not sure who actually found that landmine. We do have the telemine did get cleaned up there. Panzer Grenadier needs to stay behind the heavy cover. No point of getting out the negative cover when you're receiving lots of fire there. Armor piercing rounds are being utilized, but even at point blank range, it's not going to do a lot versus T-70. But we've got the Pack 40 now lining up a shot. Does roll a miss, however. Autocannon fire being force fire across the fillet. Even if that Pack 40 shot does connect, the T-70 would still be alive. Conscripts are receiving some autocannon fire there. Sturm Pioneers are advancing thanks to the combined arms ability, able to advance a bit more quickly near that 222. Pack 40 could find a great angle there on that T-70, but will take 3 shots to take it out. The Austria player has been upgraded to Battle Phase 2. Molotov has been thrown. Conscripts ooh-rahing around, does find a good angle there.
Attempting to steal our sector.
Pack 40 does roll a miss there onto the T-70. Panzer Grenadiers making their advance, getting some good damage there. And does force back the conscripts. Or soft retreats them. Ugh, I can't speak today. Or think. Pioneers are captured that regular strategic point. Zis guns make his way forward. Maybe eyeing for a Zis barrage in this region. Down south, we've got the Panzer Fusiliers, Schumofficer, and the Looks pushing the way forward. Rifleman eyeing for some heavy cover there. Bundle grenade has been thrown, but he actually got knocked around forward. AT gun does get decrewed. This gun barrage raining on in. Looks like he's starting to nail the northern MG. Does get a good hit there. T-70 is getting some good damage there onto the Pioneers as the T-70 does receive an AT gun shot there. MP42 is really wounded. May receive some more conscript fire there, but does manage to be forced back there by that flamer. Could use some medical kits from the Pioneer to get it healed up.
The enemy is taken. The enemy has broken our supply lines. Engineers ready for assignment.
Do you have some combat engineers deployed on out?
A capture point is being overrun.
Conscripts do capture this point over here. I do hear a mortar raining on in somewhere. I've got a fresh Stug being deployed out by Magenta. Still only one doctrinal lock-in by Red, and that is still just breakthrough. The Austria player could go for Spearhead. A little bit too late for mortar half-tracks with the Tiger Tank, with Fragmentation Bomb, with Reconnaissance Overflight, with Panzer Tactician. All the other abilities are always quite reasonable. Storm Doctrine, potential. It all depends if you need the left 18, really. And Strategic Reserves. Tiger Ace could be nice. You could go for the Panzer IV-J, but hadn't got any half-tracks. And a little bit iffy on that one. So probably Spearhead would be the best doctrine. We do have Infantry Tactics potential. I really don't like the design of the doctrine. The fact that Fear Propaganda and Incendiary, along with the KVA, it's just, sure, it's anti-infantry, that's for sure. But maybe just it speaks to the name truly. Probably the biggest problem is why Incendiary and Propaganda both being the same doctrine. Counterattack Tactics, potential. And we do have Mechanized Support. That's probably the best doctrine out of the group, but B-Force won't be half bad either. Stroke does receive a miss there onto the T-70. And for the US player, that's actually 7 VPs, quite a bit. Got Raft Company, it can be reasonable. Urban Assault can be reasonable. And Recon Support, probably not, but can be reasonable. Down south, we got the Panzer Boosters pushing forward. Cash has been built by the Soviet player, and that comm engineer will get wiped up out. Fresh, regular Sherman tank deployed up with the US player. Does use load up armor-piercing rounds. The armor-piercing rounds can bounce against the looks, but not always. Good hits there. He's perhaps going for crush. He will get off an AT rifle grenade there. Does crush the Panzer Fusilier squad. They can replace him with some Obersauce. The cannon warfare shots do largely miss the AT gun. And does get that recruit. Gain some great damage there on the rifleman squad.
Point is under attack.
He takes out the crew there. That could be a free Sherman tank. It's worth losing a full Panzer Grenadier squad if he gets a Sherman tank. And does get the Sherman tank. Does use armor piercing. The high explosive. No, that is loaded for armor piercing. The Panzer itself has a damaged engine. He can reverse away. And him not saving it is all him. He could actually save that Sherman tank. It was still fully mobile functional. So you can reverse away slowly, but able to use some smoke there. The Zis guns will have a bad angle when you get to this house. That Sherman tank could have been easily saved.
The enemy has us ranged. 300 points stand between us and defeat.
The US player is going for a pack howitzer. A little bit interesting at this point in time, but I suppose it could be useful. He must have an eye for it.
The enemy is overrunning one of our
Or eye for something for it. The major squad will fall him back. MG42 eyeing to get some good shots there on that conscript squad.
Enemy forces are neutralizing a sector. Fear propaganda can once again be unleashed. We now have access to KV-8 flamethrower tanks. Incendiary artillery barrage ready to fire.
We do have the rear echelon here getting ripped apart by these forces. I still have the MG42 constantly firing against this conscript squad. The Panzer Grenadiers need to eye this heavy cover there. The heavy cover will allow them to engage quite reasonably well without sustaining minimal losses. Flamer squad pushes way forward, getting some great hits there onto that conscript. Panzer II actually is still alive. I thought I went down to the Sherman tank. Guess not.
My squad's ready. Lord! Damn it! Where are the other units? We're back to full strength.
Captain squad is now getting ripped apart by the looks. Good damage coming out on the line over here. Panzer IV has been deployed on out. There's a Stug here as well. So Panzer IV and Stug out in the field. Looks is still alive as well. So a lot of armor for the Axis players. You have a fresh KV-8. The KV-8 is quite resilient even to a Panzer IV. Sturm Pioneers making their advance, making some good damage there onto these forces. Now the Panzer Force pushes its way forward, making some good damage there as well. Sturm Pioneers do fall back, but it looks like this Sturm Pioneer squad, yeah, does get ripped apart there. Panzer Force gets good hits there. Bazooka does push its way forward, but there's only one bazooka on the squad. Does get a hit there as well. And the captain's getting ripped apart by the Panzer II. KV-8 pushes his way forward, does load up some armor-piercing rounds. The captain does get wiped out. And there goes the looks. Largely thanks to those AT guns, not necessarily the 45mm. Panzer Grenadiers pushing their way forward. He does get some good damage there on top of the conscripts. We do got a flamer burst there onto the fuel cache. KV-8 may get some good damage on some of these forces, but that's... I'm getting mixed up. That's his own forces. Times I wish I get some more sleep some days. Panzer Grenadiers sort of set on up. Schumacher's capturing that point. Overall, the VPs are heavily in favor towards the Axis players. Got 446 versus 207. Rifle grenade fired, no rifle flare. And we got a rifle flare in return. Those rifle flares you don't really see all too often. Only available in one doctrine. Old making their advance. And they will try to break the gap. There's a lot of cover here in that road that usually provides negative cover. Bundle grenade thrown, getting some great damage there, forcing back both those squads. This rifle squad may need eye for this light heavy cover from the down T-70. Schumacher is falling on back as well. Multiple AT gun shots there. And does roll a miss there, however. Riflemen trying to hold the line. They don't have frag research, although Shroom Pioneers will be able to win the engagement there. But we do got some white... No, that's fear propaganda. Not white phosphorus. White phosphorus is relatively cheap at 110 as well. What is Incendiary, 120? Yep, even cheaper than Incendiary. We got the MG-42 pushing way forward. We'll get overwhelmed there by the conscripts, focusing down their veteran. We also got the high explosive barrage raining on in, getting a direct hit there. Does get one squad suppressed, but the other one does not get the wipe there. Strokes advancing with prioritized fire on. The KV-8 is getting repaired on up, has his engine damage. He's hunting down for the KV-8, but it's in the position that he's not looking for. And that's a teller mine there. Okay, there's a teller mine there somehow. So even pushing forward like that, there's still opportunity for him to really change the engagement. And he does not draw him over the teller mine. He can't rotate over there. So we got Easy 8 now deployed on field, getting great hits in the rear armor of that Stug, and goes down to the Zis gun. He really should have kept in mind with that teller mine at all times. The teller mine has been swept there. Does get a nice grenade, bundle grenade there. Got an AT grenade there onto the Tiger tank, but does not get the engine snare. Tiger tank does send a nice pen in return. Goes to the Pack 40s, getting some good hits there as well. Panzer Warfare barrage raining on in. Short Panzer IV pushes his way forward, forces back the rifleman. Katusha, of course, has been deployed. Did I say Panzer Warfare? That's Katusha. Ah. My mind's scattered. Does take out that carcass. AT gun or pack howitzer trying to crawl away, which it does. EC8 has 2 levels of veterancy at the moment.
You got a captain hitting the field.
Or at least the crew does. Multiple hits there on the Panzer IV. severely wounded. Another good hit there. Panzer IV will manage to crawl on out of there, but barely. Oh, that shot does miss as well. Multiple rifle flares have been fired. And got these forces pushing the way forward. A nice mixed force there. Does drop a bazooka there. And KV-8 now trying to burn these squads. Does fall back there, but Cannon Warfare does roll a bounce. KV-8 rolling around, crushing some debris. Tiger tank trying to get some good shots in off as well. Now we've got some smoke raining on in, trying to suppress out these forces. Very nice. EZ-8 does have the radio net active. Or focus gunnery. Which is actually different than... Oh yeah, the EZ-8 gets a different ability now. Focus gunnery allows a city platform to engage targets extended ranges, increase range and penetration across the speed of mobility, which can be very nice with the EZ-8. I forgot that they gained that ability. Does smoke out the Tiger tank, very nice. But the EZ-8 does receive some hits there as well. Panzer IV gained some good hits there onto the captain. The captain has actually been rebuilt. We saw it go down earlier in this game. Riflemen do get suppressed there by the Tiger tank. And it looks like we do here our rifle flare coming out by the Panzer Fusiliers. Very nice. Good usage of that. Constant reconnaissance, always nice to see. We do have this KV-8 here. The VPs are still heavily favored towards the Axis places. They still have over 400, though they are counting down, ever so closer to 400. Sector artillery now being rained on in. There is a landmine here deployed on out by the US player. I think it's his ability to lay down landmines. Does roll a miss there. Up north, we've got the KV-8 pushing the way forward, getting some nice fire. An anti-grenade does connect there on the Tiger tank.
The Sturmgeschütz is ready for... We are losing a sector.
And there goes the KV-8 to the 80-gun Tiger tank. With that damage unit, it wasn't able to escape out there anytime soon. All these forces falling back, maybe finding some support weapons they don't like to see. And now the Rifleman's conscript squad is falling on back. Will likely get wiped out. Or maybe... Yes, they do. Here comes a close from Katyusha Barrage, getting a direct hit there on one of those Panzer Grenadiers. The other one gets severely splashed as well. Trying to hunt down that Katyusha, but we'll find 3 AT guns here. We've got a fragmentation run, utilizing the Blitz. Severe damage on 2 of them. Can use Panzer Tactician as well, just in case. Nope, he does not. Most of these Sturm Pioneers eyeing not to advance just a moment, because with vetted riflemen with weapons, unlikely to push forward anytime soon. King Tiger has been plotted out. He's trying to push the way forward. Does use the half focus gunnery on the sky? No, it does deactivate it there. Over here, riflemen are capturing up or deploying sandbags. And thanks to him deploying up sandbags, the Sturm Pioneer was able to close the distance without sending too much damage there. EZ pushes his way forward, does roll a miss there. King Tiger advancing as well. Rolls a miss there with the King Tiger. Good hit there on the Rifleman squad. But think that may have been an easy 8.
Sherman ready to go.
No friendly destroyed.
Send your orders.
No friendly destroyed either. But he does have up one of these,
Report of an infantry unit being wiped out.
ooh, there goes that captain. He does upgrade one of these EC8s to the tank commander, increasing main gun accuracy and vision. Does not get the hit pen there on the Tiger tank. He needs the focus gunnery there. Pushes forward with now his focus gunnery. Does drop a bar there with that squad wipe. You got some more fear propaganda coming on in. No white phosphorus at the moment. Up north we have the combat engineers getting suppressed, but we do got the conscripts roaring around. And now we've got some fear propaganda raining on in, suppressing those forces. KV-8 has been redeployed. Stokes making its advance. Will find the KV-8, no problem. Does find a pen there. Getting some good damage there. Katusha largely rolling miss there. The Petsquadeers should be able to keep on out there. A lot of pens there coming on out on the KV-8. Tiger tank does roll a miss there onto the group of infantry. King Tiger's making some advance. Panzerwerfer for Barrage doesn't get a whole lot of damage on the lieutenant. Better shot would have been near these AT guns, but they may have not been set up at the time of firing. KV-8 severely wounded, will need some repairs. Getting out another Katusha. So it looks like it's heavily relying on the 3 Zis guns to engage all the armor. The EC8s are having a bit of trouble there, even with focus gunnery, but there is a Tiger tank. He is using some evac rounds on these forces, getting some good damage in. Now, does get a pen there. These forces are getting suppressed. So it does use some more. His team does use some more fear propaganda. Cal may get, will get suppression on these Sturm Pioneers. EC8's pushing the way forward as well, and we got the Kenwerfer now falling on back. I hear Panzerwerfer or Katusha Barrage did use the target weak point there. Looks like they didn't get the shot there on the KV-8. The Pack 40 does go down. Up north, we do have the Sturm trying to crush some conscripts, largely failing, however. And looks like these conscripts do get pinned down by a Panzerwerfer barrage.
Armor ready. Well, that's knocked off. Warning orders.
Ooh, where is this? Yeah, he was chasing something, not repairing his own Sherman tank. Still does get the kill there on the bunker. Got Panzergrenadiers capturing the point now. And here comes the Zis guns, getting some good hits there. KV-8 going to be burning the region as well. Is trying to get some good hits there onto the sandbags. Those are all rifle flare there. Very nice. And the sandbags do go down, should make it easy pickings for these forces. The officer does have a bar upgrade, and now the officer himself is equipped with STG, since he's now at Vet 5. M1 gun set on up. We'll find a pen there onto the King Tiger. Another pen there as well. Easy A started making their advance. Does get suppression there. Could potentially get anti-tank rifle grenade there. Throws out some smoke there on the kind of warfare. Great crushes there. And multiple hits there on the King Tiger. Easy A will be backing off. Fresh Jack's pushing forward. Needs better arm penetration, it looks like. No key that Browns could use take aim. Does not use take aim, but does get the kill there on the King Tiger with the AT gun.
We have lost contact with a heavy tank.
A regular Tiger tanks are making some advance, getting some damage there onto the EC8. Stug and Tiger tank does get the kill there on the Jackson. Borderwoods there onto the EZ8 as well. Does find a landmine there. 2 landmines look like actually, based on the number of damage you saw. Stug has received another shot there. May see a anti-tank rifle grenade. Will see an anti-tank rifle grenade, but nothing to pursue it. AT gun may need to fall back, unable to really help support anymore. In the center, however, KV8 pushing way forward, burning the Pack 40 alive.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
Panzer Grenadiers making their advance. There is a bunch of Zis guns in this region. And does destroy the Pack 40 there.
We got a rifle squad waiting for orders.
Pack 40 will get decrewed.
The enemy has killed another infantry squad.
Tiger tank coming to respond. As this gun could fire some set on up, get some shots down to the Tiger tank.
We are losing territory.
Does get a good hit there. Panzer Grenadiers are making an advance, but they will run into the KV8. Yep, and now the Panzer Grenadiers getting burned up a bit by the KV8 as well. Made to get one of them decrewed, but that's about it. He's actually from being wiped. Katyusha barrage on the retreat path, so this squad could get wiped out by that Katyusha barrage. Nope, the rockets looks like they're... Oh, nope, I was wrong. Or, right, one of the two. ECA pushes the way forward, does manage to encircle the backhand warfers. Oh, here we got the T-34-76 rolling around. Stug says hi. And now the KV-8 is getting repaired up by the combat engineers. He will be burning it up, those squads, while trying to get repairs. A little bit dangerous doing both at the same time. Tiger tanks pushing the way forward, still at full health. The combat engineers will be falling back. Stug's advancing as well, getting a bounce there. Tiger tank does roll a pen. Zis gun sitting on up. Only effectively 1, so no additional performance. And the KV-8 will not go down there. Combat engineers do capture the gun and fall back. Panzer Fusiliers or Panzer Grenadiers getting ripped apart by all these rifles.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
Looks like we'll see a fragmentation there. Stug does go down. Really good hit there, however. Panzer Grenadiers now advancing. Stug's making his advance. Does decrue another AT gun. Reed merges with the remaining AT gun. Gets good hits. And M1 AT gun gets good hits there. Focus sight has been activated, which will be useful. And may need to use heat rounds or heat, discard a Sabo. Or Sabat. But does not. Does take out that Stug there with an easy 8. Tiger tanks is making his withdrawal. And T-34 does not get a ram in either. Did lose a Katyusha in the mix of all that stuff somehow. Cannon sitting on up, getting some great damage there onto the EC8. This EC8 will need to fall back from soon. Gets to receive a Panzer truck hit there. No Panzer Fusiliers remaining for some snares, and Incendiary Barrage coming on in. That's not fear propaganda, that's something a bit more spicy. Definitely more spicier than words.
We just lost a medium tank.
We do have a Yag Tiger deployed out. He did have a Team Tiger at one point in time. Yeah, Tiger. I suppose that would be pretty effective versus the US player. Though he's down to just one easy 8. The Soviet player does have a bit of armor as well. Nothing too critical. Going for a regular Tiger tank probably would be actually a bit better at this point in time.
Anti-tank gun is ready for action.
Good hits there. A little bit overkill using both Katyushas right there. KV-8 getting some good damage there on the Panzer Grenadiers. They won't be wiped out by Katyusha on the retreat. Tiger tank moves way forward, so close to Infantry C3, and gets a. That was actually from the Tiger tank and not from the Panzer. Yeah, that was 5 kills, so that was not from the Panzer Warfare, that was actually from the Tiger tank. Maybe it was a combination of both of them. Rocker hit, then a Tiger tank shell hit, but that was maximum spread. There had to be both of them landing sequentially. Rifleman has thrown out a flare there, very nice. And now we've got these Panzer Grenadiers getting some good damage there onto the conscripts. Conscripts. Pioneers are being forced on back. Jagdpanzer is firing a high explosive barrage, perhaps on top of, looks like hitting the pack howitzer. Sturmofficer severely wounded. KV-8 pushes his way forward, does get some rear armor hits there with the KV-8 onto the Jagdpanzer. I don't know how many shots it would take for a KV-8 to take out a Jagdpanzer, but it will take a significant amount. The KV-8 needs to use a stop move command, does use a stop move command there. Now allows the T-34-76 to get some rear armor hits there, and there it goes down to the Zis guns. Tiger tank now at Veteran C3, playing health, does use a blitz there. No artillery here. Black and Red will go, the OKW player will go for King Tiger at this point in time. Ooh, good damage there, good crushes.
Supply sector under attack.
T-34 is making their advance. Let's see. Nothing to combo with a T-34 Ram other than more tanks. And Katyusha. And he's lost both of his Katyushas again. This Katyusha went down. This Katyusha went down. He's lost 3 Katyushas this game. There's that Katyusha. I don't even see them going down. All of a sudden they go down. Panzer Warfare Barrage raining on in down south. Annihilating that squad. May have been a 50 cal squad? Yeah, 50 cal squad gets annihilated by the Panzer Warfare. The Panzer Warfare could push its way forward to capture the point. Does get some Panzerstrike shots there onto the T-34-76. We got these forces pushing his way forward, getting some great damage done to these AT guns.
More of our troops have been lost.
Does get some suppressive pin there. Good hits there onto the Zis gun, but try to force fire, but doesn't get destroyed there. White Phosphorus raining on in from the pack howitzer appears to be. And that white phosphorus there is preventing him from destroying the gun. That may be not exactly intentional, but it's what's happening. T-34-76 is, of course, excellent versus infantry. Another T-34-76 coming on out. Going for a T-34-76 spam can be very effective. I do love a medium tank spam. It allows you to get a whole lot of anti-infantry effect. And if you really need to, you can sacrifice a bunch of them to take out some you really want dead, but you have to make sure if you go all in. T-34-76 getting some great damage there onto the MG42. We do have some Patrick Squad upgraded on the Panzer Grenadier. 80 grenade does connect with the Tiger tank, but was unsuccessful snaring the engine. T-34-76 pushes the way forward, has prioritized fire on all of them, going for the Tiger tank. One of the T-34-76s do go down, now he's eyeing for the Stug. This one will be potentially going down, does take out the Panzerwerfer there. Great hits there onto that one T-34-76. Wasn't very good dive there. This is the second T-34-76. And this one, it will see a bit of fire in the tree path, but is getting some good misses. This gun setting on up to cover his retreat. Easy 8 makes his advance. What has this? He's going for a regular Sherman tank at this point in time. He has plenty of fuel. Maybe eyeing for more anti-infantry support. Good hits there. 50 cal has been reclaimed. And multiple Zis guns barrages raining on in. Oh no, it's a Zis and a Pack Howitzer. They're actually really stacked up. Spread those things out.
A capture point is being overrun.
The 50 cal is set on up, getting great suppression there on these forces. The Buchanan Whippers are rolling away. Good hits there, multiple good hits. T-34-76 will be making its withdrawal. Great hits there. And the T-34-76 will make its withdrawal. 50 cal is trying to suppress down this Oberstautzen. Give him enough spurs. Yeah, it does get suppressed there now. Tickets are still in favor of the Axis players, but it definitely has greatly shrunk the margin, and it will be coming down against the Allies now. Sherman tank getting some hits there. Does get the surprise shot there as well. Is not sticking around to finish it off. It could have been worth it trying to wipe it, but looks like he's not going to stick around. Does get one of his guys decrewed. Over gets the other one decrewed as well. Tiger tank comes respond, trying to blitz forward, trying to kill that one Sherman tank. And does draw a smoke grenade there. Very nice, but knocks him out of his own capture point. Oof. Does get a good hit there onto the Stug. And now we do have the Panzer Grenadiers receiving a bit of fire there. Should be able to resecure that point, no problem. Smoke rounds raining, or a smoke barrage from the Sherman tank does come forward, does get a nice force fire there, hit there. That must have been 2 force fire hits. He's getting pretty lucky with those. Another good hit there. That may have not been force fire. That was, the smoke was not in that area. And there goes the Easy 8. Tiger tank, 6 vehicles destroyed, so it's now an ace. A tank ace. Though it's different than the Tiger ace, but still you get the idea. Sector artillery now raining on in. We've got another Panzerwerfer being dived on in by this T-34-76. It is relatively equal trade if he loses it. Get a mutual trade there. But the T-34-76 is having its gun rotate the wrong direction, using a blitz. It does get the kill there. Very nice. Of course, this engine's going to be stalled out for a bit of time.
Enemies inflicting losses upon us.
And the Tiger tank does get the kill there. They may have ate some of that sector artillery. Sturm Pioneers getting suppressed there, and multiple 50 cals hitting the Sturm Pioneers. High explosive rounds raining on in.
Let's give them one.
Stokes pushing his way forward. We do have the Tiger tank almost being fully repaired up now. And the riflemen should be able to capture these points. No, they may not be able to capture the point. There's a lot of Obslots in there. Panzerwerfer being deployed out by Magenta once again. Oh, the OKW play has a massive manpower float. Look at that. Maybe get out some MG34s. Like, put one here, and just lock down that sector. Keep the Mechanowerfer there, and use your Tiger tank or Yag Tiger to push the center of the map. You have so much manpower, just support weapon spam and just lock down the sector. There's no reason why this should be being decaptured when you can blow out 2 MG34s. Sure, the pack house is still going to be a bit problematic, but your opponent has to take time to clear that out. And when you see the first round drops down, just retreat. Pioneer's going to be burned up a bit by the incendiary barrage. And one Mechanowerfer hit does connect.
A capture point.
Does roll a bit of miss there. Sturmofficer's being forced on back. Directed there onto the Mechanowerfer.
Enemy movement on the flank.
King Tiger, reporting for combat.
Fresh King Tiger deployed on out. Still has 1,000 manpower. Funnel grenade. Our stun, our frangible smoke grenade was thrown there. At this point will be captured by the Axis players. The Southern BP is trying to be recaptured now, but got some conscripts preventing the capture there and suppressed. Ooh, looks like great hits there, and largely missed there. And the conscripts are falling on back, so the Axis players will be capturing the southern point. We've got 2 T-476 pushing their way forward. Directed there onto the Panzertrack squad. Could get crushed. Decides to do a full retreat there. Great hits there onto the Panzer Grenadiers. Do have a dropped Panzertrack here. Now the Panzer Grenadier squad will manage to fall back in time. Tiger tank gets some damage in. Could get overwhelmed, but there's also Stug in support, but Stug is severely wounded.
The enemy is down to 75 points. King Tiger ready.
I'll say he may have done yeah, he did force retreat relatively recently. Sherman tank with high explosive rounds do manage to get a good hit there. A direct hit there onto the Sherman tank. Rifleman eyeing for AT grenade, but that will not get the snare. It does get ripped apart, however.
Gun crew just got wiped out.
Looks like the 50 cal has been decrewed in the center of the map, as these forces may start pushing on forward, eyeing to capture the fuel point. The Soviet player still actually needs a fuel, so going for the fuel point will harm the Soviet player, and the Okutup and his teammate does need fuel as well. So does he. So the fuel points still do matter. Not necessarily to the US player, he has plenty of fuel for the time being, but everybody else, it still does matter. Picks up the Panzertrack there. And here comes the Panzerwerfer barrage. Does pin down the 50 cal, doesn't get any model drops. And Panzer Grenadiers, of course, pinned down as well. Tiger tank does not get a good hit there on the rifleman. Great hit there, 2-476, and Sherman tank now advancing. Doesn't even get the ram there. Looks like got some incendiary, fear propaganda being brought on in. Another T-34, both T-34s specifically forward. The Sherman tank is half health. And we got the retreat there onto the Mechanowerfer. Good hit there on the King Tiger. Good hit there with the Zis barrage. The Central VP will be captured up by the Allies. The Allies have only 52 tickets remaining. The King Tiger is receiving a bit of fire there. Patrick's trying to engage at close range. And looks like he will manage to wipe out that Rifleman squad. Rifleman squad does get wiped out. Sturm Pioneer, however, may get wiped in return. Well-placed shot does wipe out that one Sturm Pioneer. King Tiger comes to advance, does get a good hit there. Jackson does find a frontal armor bounce. And good hits there onto these T-34s. It does ram forward, but does get abandoned right there. 2 strokes here to support the Tiger tank. Great damage coming on the T-34 76. And the T-stroke does get the kill there. The Tiger tank doesn't need more kills. It needs, while the strokes could use more veterancy, that's for sure. White Phosphorus barrage coming on in by the US player, but he can kind of stick around to get the capture off. Jackson getting overwhelmed by these Magenta's armor. And the Strokes do manage to get another kill there. King Tiger trying to deal with the VP. The VP game is important for both sides now. The Axis players don't have a whole lot of VPs remaining. And now there's a triple capture against them. Speaking about capturing up, looks like that guy is fresh, not singed by the White Phosphorus. He will decapture the Central VP, which will give him some breathing room, but not a whole lot. Do got a Maxim here. Fragmentation run? Fragmentation run misses the 50 cal. Captured by the Soviet player. This gun has been recruited and immediately merged. That was a pretty quick merge there. Very nice. And the Pioneer gets wiped out by, was that a mortar or pack howitzer? Must be the pack howitzer. MG42 going pretty far forward. He will get a Molotov off, but the conscript squad may get wiped out by the Panzer Grenadiers. Does get wiped out by the Grenadiers. That's Warfare Barrage running on in. Largely missing right there.
The squad of pioneers has arrived.
King Tiger is making his advance over in this sector. Does receive a bazooka hit there. Or captured by Kenneworth, I should say. Does get fully pinned there thanks to the spearhead Tiger tank, King Tiger. These four starting to make their way forward. 3 Obsatsen and 1 Sturm officer. And good hits there onto the King Tiger, down to a little bit more than half health. And this 50 cal will get overran. There's a lot of Obsatsens here with the Sturm officer. Very beloved. Sturm switching way forward. Tiger tanks make its advance. Tiger tank now seeing quite a bit of hits there, focusing down this gun here with the Sturm officer ability. Take aim. And nice try for crush there. Does force back the squads. And the Zis gun will manage to stay alive, but severely wounded. Tiger tank has received some heals. I'm to advance now. MP42 trying to capture the VP. Friendly Tiger tank could push his way forward. And the Strokes are way up here, not doing a whole lot, honestly.
The enemy has only 50 points remaining.
And it looks like the MG42 will be falling back.
Attempting to steal our sector.
That's Warfare Barrage raining on in, getting some great hits there, annihilates the conscript squad. Rifleman squad could potentially get wiped, but it's unlike with the Panzer squad. Does manage to keep this capture there. The Allies are counting down to 54, 44, 43 tickets, as was the Axis players 59. Stokes going in deep, trying to hunt down this Sturm tank. Does go down to the Panzer truck of the Sturm Pioneer. Jackson starting to engage now, and Iron just to push on forward. Does get another pen there. but does receive her armor hit there. Stug fires and does get the kill there, while the Jackson rolls a miss. But Kenilworth does get a good rearm hit there. It's starting to engage the ambulance now. The Pendulum Mount is hitting. Yeah, it does take out the ambulance there. He's going to lose these Stugs. Could potentially get a replacement. I would obviously go for a Brumbar at this point in time. It will help keep these areas secured. But this may be actually game. They're counting down, soon to be triple counts. Yep, and they just outright surrendered. This is Grade saying thank you for watching and signing off.